or people who could not attend. So, everyone, good evening. I'm your mentor, friend, and 7 days you have to tolerate me for understanding, learning, practicing, fighting, debating on GHG Carbon Accounting Bootcamp, as I will be doing the same with you. In this way, we both will be learning about certain important topics which are not only impacting businesses but individually and nation as well, which is carbon dioxide and climate change. The whole carbon accounting is based on that particular fundamental that carbon dioxide in excess is not good for world and yeah, especially our planet. Indians are known for worshipping the planet for long. We are doing since ages now. We don't need to prove anyone. But slowly we have also since 18,000, after 200 years of occupation, 300 year, we have started compromising ourselves. We changed ourselves. Some says it's for good and some say it's for bad. Decision you can make better than me. I'm not going into that debate. That's kind of poetry, isn't it? Your mentor, of course, I have been on several platforms. Recently, I have been inducted as a mentor for startups, social startups at Santa Clara University, USA. I'm going to be working for their Miller Center for next 6 months. Of course, it's offline, so I'm happy to do that and help breeds of startups to scale their businesses, specifically for-profit startup in social infrastructure segment. The 21 years, of course, I have been 3 years I was CFO, and in that journey also got some opportunities to do merger acquisitions, work with quite a big honchos. 2019 was the major year where I got transformed myself. I started my own business with a few of my professors of IIM. We set up a private equity advisory business based out of Muscat and Dubai. We helped in that process 1.5 year. We helped few companies to go for IPO in Dubai Exchange as well as Muscat Exchange. And we also help large companies to do takeover. In that process, I got opportunity to become CFO of one of the acquiring company, IoT-based smart city company. And that's how I got exposed to Corona was anywhere there haunting us, that whatever mistakes we have done for last 100 years since last pandemic, we were paying for it and I was part of that payment as well. Thankfully, few of my relatives also has succumbed to illness in Corona. Thankfully, direct relatives could, survived. But that taught me a lesson that balancing act is necessary on Earth, and we need to be very careful about it. At the same time, I was part of a smart city and solar farm company working as a CFO. So I started doing learning carbon accounting, understanding why climate action and how any organization can become a part of it and contribute to it. Did a TEDx talk on the same where I talked about how Indian diaspora is changing world, where I talked about 250 CXOs across world, if you will see. In 2023, I'm talking about they have become a leadership position being from India and being Indian. And the reason I thought was in DEI, it lies in DEI's companies DEI. This was, of course, we have that nature to go anywhere and flourish, work hard. At the same time, the company's DEI also, helped individual like, so many people are there. Taking one name will not be helpful, but that's my TEDx talk. Now it has been viewed by more than 10,000 people. I don't know why they watch. It was my first TEDx talk, but I did the justice. You are in good company, by the way. Let me congratulate you, all of you, to taking a one step further to specialize yourself into greenhouse gas emission and calculation of the same so that our world can be better. Yeah, more than 3,000 people have I have interacted with, and more than 30 companies in last 2 years since my new startup in Bangalore. We have helped in ESG segment, specifically ESG transition. So what you are going to learn in this bootcamp, of course, you will gain practical skills, Uh, if you are not knowing me, welcome. You will know me in 8 days. I do not only talk theory. 80% of my discussion will be real time, real case studies, books. You will be learning a lot. Why? Because you will work hard with me. It doesn't mean that you need to spend more than 3 hours in a day. Of course, 2 hours with me on the class. Sometime it will be extended to three, but 1 hour you need to give for pre-reading material and post-reading material. Yeah, there will be some assignments. 1 hour if you commit, I think we will be good to go, right? Every day 1 hour. So 3 hours just dedicate for next 8 days and you will get a practical skill. Okay, that's my promise. What you will understand, you will understand how to understand what is happening in climate. So fundamental, if you do not come from any ESG background, welcome. You are at the right place because we will spend quite a few hours understanding why carbon accounting, right? And we will, to understand that, we will go into the basics of climate. We will understand NDCs, yeah, nationally determined contribution. We will understand Paris Agreement. We will understand Kyoto Protocol. So all that is my duty to bring it in your in front of you. It is up to you how much of that you want to capture. And if you commit extra 1 hour, I'm 100% sure you will be as qualified as 57 people who have been graduated through our cohorts till date, specifically in GHG. Daily breakdown. This is what weekly activity, daily activity will be given to you. You need to prepare. Like just now, you will receive in your chat box one pre-read material, which I want you to spend 1 hour read about it. It's about national, determined contribution by each country. What is happening there? It's a UN document, not very lengthy and very engaging. That's why I'm recommending that short book. Just go through it for 1 hour. And then when we meet in evening, we will start looking into how that reports come into play. Then, of course, hands-on exercises every day in class as well as post-class. We will have some exercise to do, which will be directly impacting some companies' carbon accounting policies, discussions, and whatever. If you see our past recorded videos, you will be knowing that some of our members goes to extent of guiding governments that what they should do about it and what kind of steps they should take about it. Visual aids will be provided. Of course, we will have a template has already been shared. Gaurang, I think you do not have that template, a GHG protocol template, or anybody who has not received, please ping us. We'll send you GHG protocol design template. Yeah, so it's not mine own. It is designed by them. We use it for our exercise purposes, right? So, learning outcome, of course, we are not here to chit chat and debate about something which is remote. We are here to develop the skill. We will focus on that, and that's why our design, the pedagogy which we adopt. Of course, we are not professor, but the pedagogy is designed with Harvard graduate Michael A. Katz. He is our partner in Middle East. We work together. Also, there was Mr. Sushil Sharma, who used to be general manager for strategy, HR, and ESG, and of NTPC. And you should be aware about NTPC is one of few companies which has started reporting accounting, GHG accounting 13 years back. So they have a matured system. So he was with us. We worked together and we designed this whole pedagogy, right? So it's not professionally designed, a professor designing a pedagogy or university recommending a pedagogy. It's a professional who has designed the pedagogy. So you will get only practice 20% of very essential theory, which of course I rely completely on GHG. So our whole course is designed on greenhouse gas carbon accounting protocol. So that is developed in 2000. There are several updates there. So the recent one we will refer. And again, you have to read. We will let you practice with us, right? That's how the system works. So application and understanding goes hand in hand. Understanding and importance of GHG carbon accounting, of course, everybody know that climate impact has its own role in climate action. Uh, if you see the significance of carbon accounting, it all comes and boil down because climate impact start haunting us, right? Now organization, countries, as well as individual, everybody is trying to account for, they are accounting their carbon emission and footprint. There is a very nice app developed by a very young lady. She was also featured in, she's a Bangalorean, and she was also featured in Shark Tank season 3. Uh, she has developed an app. I'm not promoting her app, but just Google it and check. It's a very good carbon calculator for individuals, right? So you can take it, you can track it, and if you are really conscious, you can even set your goals. It's a free of cost for the, I think, for a certain aspect, and then it is paid. So I'm not recommending it. If you want, you can check your carbon footprint. Apart from that, Eco Crew is another good app which I recommend. Why I recommend? Because anything you are throwing in dustbin, make sure it goes to Eco Crew. They will come, they will pick up, and they will pay you, along with they will give you carbon credit. Take that carbon credit. That benefit definitely you should take out from the 8 days at least. Industrial relevance, of course, whatever we will talk the recent, what is happening. Maximum, we will take a 2023 data and we will analyze. Like we will take a Tesla case, we will take Unilever case, we will take several other cases. Most of the cases will be recent ones. So you have to be always updated with sustainability report of those companies, Google, Apple, all that we will discuss. And if you find interesting that particular case, please go and read their document. That's the recommended style of learning. Core concept, GHG carbon accounting. We will be definitely looking into global warming potential, GWP. This will happen on day one itself. So just get blown away with so much of information till the time you process it. It is information. The moment you will process it, will become knowledge. Then we will go into scope 1, 2, and 3. We will explain it in detail. We will tell you how to calculate. We will take case study and calculate with you. That's how it works. Simplified infographic, etc., will be provided there. Engagement and expectation, your goal, we want to listen from you now. So this is a networking opportunity for all of us. I have introduced myself. Similarly, each of you should introduce to each other. You never know who will require whose help at some point in time. And if we are having one mindset which is common, which is sustainability mindset, which I always believe is a part of growth mindset. If you follow that theory, trust me, you will find everybody in this group very aligned with your thought process. So it's a kind of community which we are developing, where everyone should help each other. Here we start with the Q&A. Tools which we have, of course, learning kit. So every day you will be provided something to read and something to carry back, right? So be conscious about your messages. You will get a lot of messages in next 7 days from Sandeep. Don't block him because he's sending you for a purpose. Okay. Those reading materials specifically, be focused on those. Online access, of course, we will send you some recorded videos, which we will record. Like right now we are recording, it will be shared with you. Watch it. It is for limited time. You can delete it if you wish to. Visuals, if you need anything, we will provide clear illustrations there as well. Program curriculum, we have 5 reading modules and 6 module is on practice final session, which is happening with the final exam. So first one, we are going to cover the climate basics, right? Because the genesis lies in climate basics. We will go there, we will look into the history. But I always believe if you don't learn from history, history will repeat and then you will be at loss. So that is why we need to know our history, not very long ago history, but the history related to global, warming, global boiling, greenhouse gas emission, etc. Module 2 goes directly into hitting the nail, where we will start learning how to create inventory management. So as a practitioner, this is the first thing you do in carbon accounting. You look into GHG inventory and its management. We will give you ESGPro 5-step model. And trust me, this model is vetted by several practitioners. And I have practiced on all my jobs where I have executed. It applies on all industry. So it's industry agnostic and it covers comprehensively all the concepts defined under GHG protocol. So learn very curiously of those 5 steps. And when you will do the last day presentation, try to adopt that. Once you will do that, your journey of GHG carbon accounting will complete. Then we will also cover scope 1 and 2 on the same day. We will try to cover because it's as short as possible. We will give you some examples to brood upon, think upon, and then come back and discuss with us on the next day. Module 3, of course, we will focus on one and only one agenda. Maybe 2 day we take here in scope 3, one for the upstream categories, which are 8, and second in scope 3 comes for the downstream emissions, which is 7. So total of 15 category with example, with formula, and what are the three different method, 2 to 3 different methods are there. Each of them we will list out for you. We will show you how it has been done, and then you will have opportunity to do a calculation. In the test, we will test you there. Module 4, we will go and get our hand dirty. I believe by that time you will be capable to start coming up with calculations, and we will teach you how to do on those calculation mitigation, different mitigation strategy for different scenario. And then once you learn that, you have to do one presentation then and there only on day 4, as not day 4, it's a module 4. It will be fifth day or sixth day possibly, where you have to do one short presentation on mitigation strategy. Then we will go into climate action, where we will learn about carbon market, carbon offset, because one of the mitigation strategy for unavoidable gas emission, you need to rely on that part. So we'll learn that. Maybe NDC we will revise again because it's directly links there. We will also look into SBTI, scientific based target initiative, because all your carbon emissions are mostly covered in SBTI. So you have to understand the linkage, and once you understand that linkage, then your mitigation strategy gets honed up. So on last day, which is eighth day from today, you will be tested on the same, where you have to do a presentation through and through, starting from calculation till mitigation. And we will have then 60 minutes of test, which you have to pass with minimum 60%. So get inspired. Let's work together. We will have another 20 minutes of first briefing session on the day 1. So I'm not letting you go just by this. So let's get introduced to each other. Then we will have 20 minutes of additional session where we will brief you initial climate concept. So let's start getting hands dirty along with our minds cleaned. Let's go ahead. Who wants to go first and take the lead to introduce himself? Okay, let me ask Gaurang. Gaurang, go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Gaurang Bhargav. I'm a practicing chartered accountant by profession, and this course particular this session is very much of interest for me because not only I'm thankfully to sir's guidance, I'm looking to establish myself in ESG. I'm looking to that field, but this term also includes accounting, and I see a very good future for this because I think the global stock exchange of carbon credits also about to be established, and this will be the future. And seeing the way we are treating our environment, this will be made mandatory and compulsory for everyone. And
Absolutely.
other than that, sir, I have just one more question.
Please.
Will we also learn how to, I mean, create carbon credits? We will learn the
No, that
accounting.
process is in itself is a big stuff. How to create, and India is facing a unique challenge there. So, and right now it's very fluid because we have already established in 2023 one system under CEC. We have experts. He's developing a program for us right now. Once that is done, then only I will be authorized person to talk about it. So we are not learning that as a part of it. We will learn the fundamentals. We will learn how to get certified, how to get certificates. Yeah, which are the authorities there and how they do their work. Up to there we will go, but we will not go how you should create carbon credits. Yeah, because it's in itself it will take 8 to 10 days, I believe, but we are trying to shorten it up and make it around 7 days to 8 days program. But that's a separate stuff. Look, it will be khichdi then, right? Carbon
Sure, sir.
accounting and carbon credit is completely, and carbon credit has more aspect to it. People just see that as a kind of substitute to normal working, but it has a lot of deep impact, right? We will talk about it separately when we will come to that topic. Okay, so let's go ahead, Bharti ji. Bharti Rana Day is also chart. I'm calling all the chartered accountants now, right? This batch is having most of the chartered accountant, by the way. By the way, just tell you, Gaurang. So let's see how many of those are there today. Bharti ji, if you can unmute
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
introduce.
Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
Very good. Good to see you. Not long back.
Yeah, yeah. So this is Bharti Ranade, and I'm also a practicing chartered accountant. Attended SIR's first batch on GRI and BRSR reporting, and it's quite a interesting, sessions we had, and actually very much we are into a current area which we are into. So yeah, a lot of promising things which are coming up now in that. So
Where you are
yeah, I
based
hope
out of, Rana? You are based
I'm
out.
I'm Bangalore.
You are in Bangalore as well. Okay, good, good, good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Meet
in
up.
Bangalore.
We need to meet up sometime. But this
Yeah,
week
sure, sir.
we are doing something offline. We will inform all our members.
Yes, yes.
Something happening. People wants to meet offline. So we'll decide a place and all of us will meet. We'll do
Yeah,
that.
sure, sir. Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay, so
That's it.
another chartered accountant done. Today she has not written, otherwise she always writes CA Bharti Ranade. And
Yeah.
CA Gaurang. By the way, Gaurang has a family lineage in chartered accountancy. Good to
Okay.
see you all. Let me go to Bhaskar ji now. Bhaskar ji, if you can introduce again for this particular session.
Yeah, good evening. And this is Bhaskar Jayashekhar. Um, I'm an alumni of IIM Kozhikode. I've done my senior management program there.
Right.
I have almost about 40 years of experience. Of that, 30 years associated with a brand called Ceasefire. Basically, I'm a fire safety professional, and I'm also a member with the Institution of Fire Engineers UK. I am based in Noida. I was in the board with Ceasefire for a very long years, and I just moved out recently. I'm into consulting now on complete turnkey solutions on the fire and electronic security domain. So I'm still, consulting with Ceasefire and also with a couple of other institutions. So that's the
EHS.
background about myself.
EHS is your background, isn't it? That's what I.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah, EHS to ESG is not very far away. Miss, I was just speaking to one of our member, Dr. Sriram. He used to be, and Dr. Avinash. Both of them were used to be in EHS, and now they are with us, and they are practitioner of ESG. They said that, uh, look, they are covering the health safety, occupational health safety, which is again, of course, you have ISO standards to help them with, and here now
Yes,
ISO has come up with IWA 48 2024. There they are covering the ESG requirements as well. So it's just what IWA is another standard which is
right.
covering. It's a one step far away. Good to
Okay,
have you here, Bhaskaji, and looking forward to interacting with you more. And hope
sure.
journey all of us make some.
Same here.
Okay, let me go to Mahesh ji. Mahesh ji, if you are there, Sudhanshu, Mahesh. And I just saw Megha also joined, right? She joined and she left again. Okay. Mahesh ji, if you can unmute yourself
Hello,
and
sir.
yeah,
Hello,
go.
all.
Yeah.
Myself, Mahesh Anil Bhalera. I am working as an accountant in one NGO from Pune, which
Okay.
is in the education field. I
Right.
don't know anything about carbon accounting. I just saw a Facebook post about it, and
Okay.
I just inquired, and I attended your boot camp session.
Right. Right.
So I think this will be a very good opportunity to work in this field, as
Right.
I just lost my job.
Oh,
So I can think this could be helpful for me for my future.
okay. Do let me know your profile, etc. I'm in the advisory board of academic advisory board of MIT School of Management, Pune. So just let me know your profile. Maybe I can extend something if possible. Yeah.
Yes, sure, sure. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Not a problem. Good and welcome. Hopefully, your journey will be most remarkable, having nothing to having a skill in GHG and how that helps you. We will watch you, we will trace you, and hopefully, we will help you as well. Let's go to Sudhanshu Dash, and if you can unmute yourself
Yeah.
and oh, good, I can see you now.
Hi. Hi,
Uh,
everybody. Hi, everybody. So, this is Sudhanshu, and I worked in multinational companies in Bangalore for multiple years, around 18 years. Different companies, Accenture, Capgemini, Diageo. These company I worked as a treasury compliance manager plus data privacy, data security manager. That role I played. And since 6 months, I'm on a vacation of trying something new to explore and get into that. So currently, I'm not into a job, so I started my consulting and looking for different opportunity. So as a lawyer, I can see and believe that there are a lot of compliance requirement in the ESG field is needed. And similarly, the accounting part for the ESG, few people are in the market. They know properly how to be done.
are you a lawyer?
And yes, I'm a lawyer, corporate lawyer. I was working.
Very good. Very good. Very good. We'll discuss
And
a little more.
yeah, and mostly my last profile was on to the data privacy and cybersecurity domain. And currently, I give advice and training on the cybersecurity bit. So when I see this, it connects with each other. In the later part, I'll tell you something how it is and what the opportunities are for ESG is bigger by 2027 to 2030. A lot of things will come to the market. So currently, it's just a beginning, and I'm hoping by the time things will be on track for India and the world.
Let me give you another nugget on the same thing. I was just meeting one startup based out of, I think it's based out of Gurugram. Um, there is another security aspect which people are ignoring, which is coming as a big threat through the AI deployment.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, there is a
AI
big
is everywhere.
and
AI
it's
is now a
most easiest area to
yeah.
penetrate right now.
So, like, I'll tell you one thing every company is now a data company. It's no more a company to produce something or steal or just a namesake they're producing, but every bit of things is measured with the data or stored with the data. And that data creates a lot of problems and a lot of opportunity and a lot of threat now.
Indeed.
So, by use of AI, and for those, we need a lot of it generates lots of carbon by it's a storage capacity on
As
the
well, as well, yes. We will discuss that Microsoft case we take up that case in module 2. Once we will take up, you will see that how, where from the scope 3 emission, 2 emission, 1 emission, segregation of those, and how companies are struggling with the same. Yeah, we will look into that.
Firstly, scope 3 is quite difficult. No company is sure about it, how they want to measure it and collect the information.
True,
What I've seen that
true.
scope 1 and 2, they can manage it, measure it somehow, but
Yes,
accounting bit, they failed also in that, in the scope 2 part.
true. I agree with you. But we will find a way, a middle ground where you can still do the justice. Okay, we will find that.
I'll just wanted to add one last point. I was just curious to say this. I attended few more different session. I'm part of the. I mean, I'm a company secretary also. So I just doing that.
Correct.
I can see nobody in the market is giving training on the accounting, carbon accounting. Very few people will get.
Right.
They provide the accounting bit, but other
Right.
than that, the different subjects, most of the people
Will come.
are explaining, presenting their thing.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that's why I decided to let's be in this and learn something.
No, no,
Thanks
good.
for that. Yeah.
Good. Pleasure is mine. And we know this is the area where people are lacking. Some people think it is accounting, pure accounting, which is not the case. Let me also
Good.
clarify and bust that myth. It's not pure accounting. One will start understanding it's like a code of conduct. If you have in your hand, you can solve all the problems. You can do the accounting just by having a book in your hand, right? Generally, if you know, in insurance company actuaries, right? They have a book which they follow. Here we have the similar stuff. So your life will be easier if you do not want to develop. If you want to be in development side, right? You want to be that pioneers of setting the accounting standard, debit credit formula. If you want to do that, then of course you need to go a little more deeper. But if you don't want to do that, we have a reliable methodology accepted all across the world, followed by more than 14,000 companies, which is a GHG protocol. Okay, so we'll do that. So with that, let's close the introductory session. Let's start with few learning today. Let's have some learning, and then when we will meet tomorrow, we will have getting our hand dirty. So I will not let you go without some learning today. Let's start with program schedule. Once my screen is visible, just confirm to me. Okay, so we will start with, of course, the goal for module 1 is 4. What is this goal? This is the learning objective goal. We say LOS. So LOS 1 is to understand climate change, that what exactly is happening around the world, why people are concerned about it. Basics, yeah. You need not to be knowing it even. We will start from 0 to 1. Then we will look into how this is driving sustainability initiative. That's a part of goal 1. Part of goal 2 is we'll master the GHG accounting and enhance the environmental performance, including scope 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, this is a whole course I'm saying to you, that I'm telling you that there are 4 main goals which we will address in next 6 modules. Goal 3 of this is that learn mitigation strategy so that you can deploy that in any company you are working as an employee or as a advisor. You can also, we will also go into sector specific one because there is some deviations there. We need to learn those as well, that if the sector is different, how you should change your strategy for climate solutions. And final goal will be that you get the hands-on skill, which leads to the point. Now, module 1 session coverage will have 3 goals. So this is the first module, 3 goals. What are those? We will understand the fundamental principle of climate change. That we will start with. We will look into greenhouse gas effect and its gases. Okay, there is a spell check there. Gases sources. We will learn that which are those gas and which are the source of those gases which is impacting our climate. And last, you will also gain insight into international climate agreement. That's the module 1, which we are starting right away. But before we do that, I want you to try your get your hand dirty with certain questions, which I'm going to ask you. How you can join this survey? You can just log in to slido.com. You can open that window, log in to slido.com, and you can put this code 8540617. 8540617. Once everybody is logged in, or you can just scan this QR code and log in directly. Yes, I can see somebody number. I don't know who joined in.
This is Bhaskar.
Okay, great. So the question is very simple. In one word, how do you feel about climate change? One word. Just give me one word. Climate change means what? Threat, love, whatever. There is somebody typing now. You can just scan warming. Okay, so somebody feels Climate change means warming of Earth or planet. You can join it through slido.com. It will ask you a code, put this code. Okay, so second person also has put another word, worrisome. Okay, it's concerning, it's discerning, it's not helping us. It's a cause of concern. Okay, uncontrollable. Absolutely. Yeah, climate change, we are really feeling helpless with it. We are trying every nook and corner, still the result remains unseen. You know, people say when the enemy is visible, it's better. If you know he is enemy, it's always better. You will be ready with, to fight with him. You are ready with, if you know he is carrying gun, you know you have to run or you have to hide or you have to give him a fight or you have to bring a gun. But if the enemy is invisible, then all this which you are writing is correct. It becomes uncontrollable. It's worrying you that what will happen, and chinta ichita, we say in Hindi. Chinta, which is worrying, is kind of a deathbed. It takes you to that line. So people get to start, it's bogging their mind. It's disturbing them. You become worrisome. And risk of life for future generation, absolutely true. So these are the challenges which I also see along with you because my enemy is invisible, specifically carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is always measured in particle per million. How to relate with that? Anybody tomorrow tells you particle per million, which is 451 as of last record, I remember. You never know. And don't go to Delhi to record it. The statistic for Delhi is that every day when AQI is
It's
above,
keep changing.
sorry,
It's keep changing every day.
every day it keeps changing. And every day, if you are there in Delhi, you are smoking 22 cigarette without even smoking it.
I am in Delhi only. I'm in NCR.
If you are in Gurugram, of course you are smoking without even smoking. So that's the challenge, and we should be conscious about it, right? And that's why such kind of action helps. Thank you for responding that. Let's take another poll. What do you think is the biggest challenge in addressing climate change? What do you think is the biggest challenge, according to you, in addressing climate change? Is it political will? Is it public awareness? It is fund and resources? Is it technological advancement? Which one you think, according to you, is the biggest challenge? Okay, somebody thinks public awareness is a challenge. People do not care. They do not even recognize there is a climate change happening. Okay, three people said the same thing. Public awareness. Okay, good. Rest of you, two more people, right? Five people are able to. Somebody is thinking political will is also a challenge. Okay. Most of you are thinking public awareness is a challenge, right? Uh, and all other is a factor which will address this challenge. Trust me, huh? You will slowly understand political will, funding resources. When we will go inside topic and discussing how other countries are taking action, then you will realize political will is also required. China is the best example. Beijing was most polluted, even worse than Delhi. Go today, you'll find a massive difference there. Beijing and Shenzhen, both the places. So they have implemented, of course, they can bring the iron hand and they can do it, whatever they want. It's a communist, and that too with a dictator on the top. It's not dictator, but a kind of person. And you can bring that. So political will also helps to address this climate change rather than being a challenge. Challenge is the awareness. Most of us are definitely not recognizing a fact because our NB is hidden, right? And it's just a substitute for us. We do not even care about it. Yeah, we go on riding on a road on a single car, which is guzzling petrol like 5 kilometer a liter, right? If you are driving a Mercedes, that's the average you get. And people are doing with a full show off, yeah, and sometimes even use it very badly. So that's the challenge. Definitely, that's the challenge. And then, of course, technological advancement will help you along with funding and resources. This will help you to achieve the target faster. That's what I believe. The only thing will help us to achieve 2070 net zero target as a nation to 2050 will be technological advancement. And trust me, it will happen, and India has done in past. You know, one more story, which of course I tell in the later in the session, but let me tell you today. One more story about India as a resilience country is that we committed in 2016 or 19. I am forgetting now. It's out of context I am bringing. 2019 we have committed, or 16 we have committed, that uh, uh, we will go from 20 megawatt solar power generation. It must be 2016 to how much? We will go to 100 gigawatt by 2022. You know, by 2022, how much we have achieved? Double of that. Double of that amount. Okay. It was 10 gigawatt and we have achieved 200 gigawatt. Something like that has happened. So we have done that. We once we determined and once we decided and things fall in place, it happens very fast. Otherwise, India is elephant. Remember, India is not Khargos, India is not cheetah, India is elephant. Thank you very much for that input. Let's start with climate change. Let's just today, at least next 10 minutes, I will try to dwell more on climate change and greenhouse fundamental, because this is the basic which we have learned in our sixth, seventh, eighth standard, which based on which year you are graduating, what is your age. It's based on that. But now, too, I am seeing my daughter is learning in class 3, right? They have introduced the pollution, you have introduced everything to her. So awareness should happen, but unfortunately, when we read, we do not even focus about it. Right now, at least we can guide our kids that, boss, what you are learning, Betty, you have to be little careful about it. Yeah, because this is what is actually helping us to, make a better world. So this certification program, we will start with the climate. Let's understand first thing first, like somebody who is not having any background also will be able to follow us next 8 days. Will be first concept is weather and climate. Now, I want to ask you guys, what do you think about weather? What is the difference between weather and climate? Can we use it as synonyms, or is a real difference there? Anyone can give a try. Weather and climate. What's your opinion? What do you think? What is weather? What is climate?
So weather can change, I mean, every day, and climate as a whole. I mean, the suppose if I say in Delhi summer and then winters, that will come as weather, and in climate I will say earlier. I mean, I used to hear that, for example, in even Red Fort was next to a river, and then there were mountains, Aravallis in Delhi.
Very
But
good.
right now, nothing like that is here.
True.
We have cut all the mountains,
There's no
and
Jamuna River now.
yeah,
It's a
exactly.
there is no
So
Jamuna
that is
River now, right? Jamuna
exactly.
River is called as a Nala of Delhi now. Yeah, so
Delhi now.
true. That's the truth. Absolutely there. Anybody else want to try the difference between weather and climate? Your opinion. Not necessary, it should be scientifically correct. Because
Climate is a constant one for a particular place and geography, and the weather is a little bit longer term and changes every time. So, like if you go to mountain or the summer season or rainy season, some places in Bangalore, like Kurk, you'll have every 6 to 7 months you have rain there.
true,
So, and similarly, if you go to, I mean, Delhi, I can see there are two weather. There is no rain. You have a winter or you have summer. So similarly, it's a weather is a long term and climate is always change with the short terms and create that particular atmosphere.
true, absolutely true. Means you are there. You have covered most of the part. Absolutely correct. Anybody else who wants to try? Difference between weather and climate. Okay, so let me give you some nuggets here. So it will be easy to differentiate between these two. Very simple definition, as everybody said. One is constant in nature, one is variable on daily basis, hourly basis, whatever basis we record. So weather is that which changes continuously. while climate remains stable for a certain period. But if I have to understand and remember it for throughout of our life as a part of my understanding, you should divide this into four parts. Okay, climate and weather divide into four parts. First part is you have to understand it is a geography based understanding. So weather is generally limited to small geographics, right? We can say Madhavpura, whoever is in Bangalore, they know it. Or I can say in Pune, Kothurud area, or in Delhi, I can say Gurugram area. Yeah, I can measure by place, correct? When I can measure by place and it is limited to that only. For example, in Delhi, there is a very good joke which I published in my LinkedIn article as well. Was not a joke, it was a real record which Outlook has taken. And what they have done is each of this area has a weather measuring device in Delhi, right? So there is a device set up in there is Samsan Ghat, which one? A very famous one. There is a in Delhi. So there is a device there. So they recorded the data, AQI there, and they recorded a AQI in again, I'm forgetting the name of places now.
But I think Ghat has lower like IQ than rest of the Delhi.
Highest AQI. So people are saying rather than means till the time I'm working because it's a common walking place in Delhi. So till the time I'm working, I'm being faced with death. When I go to deathbed, then world or planet is giving me fresh air. What's the point here in living the life? Right? So that kind of joke. Why that joke was there? Because it is a placed base. So weather is generally placed based. Climate is little larger geography, right? So we can say southern India, northern India, eastern India, western India. There we had this kind of climate. In Rajasthan, we had a climate which was arid, right? That's why there was a desert. Now Rajasthan is getting more rain than the area where we used to have rain, right? Those differences. Cherrapunji has started getting less rain. So these are some striking problems comes when we talk about climate, and that change is not weather change. That is a climate change, right? So that's the first way you should differentiate. Second, which is linked to the place, is time. So atmospheric condition at a specific place and time is measured on the weather on a smaller area. When I do a long-term weather pattern for a region, right, and a longer time horizon I check, then it is a climatic issue I'm discussing. Second point which you should differentiate is weather changes frequently. The change of frequency in weather will be very frequent. When climate, it will be little relaxed. It does not changes frequently. It is measured in decades sometime. We say this decade, this was the kind of weather, this was the kind of climate we used to have. Now we have this kind of climate. Third, of course, the predictability, right? Short-term nature of weather makes you very difficult, very easy to predict now. But climate predictability over a long-term period is difficult, right? That's why people challenges sometime, like US is still challenging, right? Trump, who is going to be president from 26th of January this year, he challenges that concept that you guys are idiots, right? He says that you do not know this is a hoax, this is China, this is all the enemy countries is doing for them. They have no problem. So why he is saying that? Because it's very difficult to make a judgment. And there are several evidence which we will show you today. This shows that there is a climate change. Okay, I will show you that. I will prove to you. I cannot prove to Mr. Trump. And you can also be a follower of Trump. And I have no problem. We worship, right? India as a country worship for Trump to come. So I'm equally culprit there. But I'm just saying that it's a choice will be you. I can give you the facts and figures. There is a definition for climate change by United Nations Climate Action. They defined climate change specifically. So we learned the climate. Now we are learning climate change is produced by, of course, is produced by emissions of greenhouse gas effect, mainly CO2. So how they define it is this. They say climate change refers to long-term shift. So first of all, climate itself is a long-term phenomena. There is any shift in temperature or weather patterns driven by natural factor, not by man-made factors, because we are bringing rain, right? There is a cloud seeding happening all the time in Delhi, Gurugram to reduce pollution. In Dubai, it also,
Pollution levels.
sorry?
Reduce the pollution levels in
Reduce
Delhi
the
and
pollution
Gurugram.
level. Yes. So that is not
Yes.
natural. So that we cannot take into climate change. We are trying to control the pollution. But climate change always refers to three things: long-term shift in temperature and weather patterns and driven by natural factors. These are the three facts there. Solar activity, volcanic eruption, all that can account for climate change, possible. Or human activity as well, sometime. Yeah, especially since 18,000 is accounted under climate change now. Since 18,000 year, 19th century, we are seeing human activity is also impacting the climate change. The burning of fossil fuel is the primary cause of this period climate change. Yeah, in modern climate change, that is the major culprit. Are we clear up to here? Any doubt, any question if you have, you can ask. Otherwise, let me take a little more, which is how this climate change is happening. It is happening because of the emission of mostly greenhouse gas effect, which are generally measured in terms of carbon dioxide. How it is measured, why it is measured, also we'll learn in global warming potential. There is another concept which you need to know is GWP. We'll learn that very soon. Then it has two kind of effect. Climate change has two effect. One is the global effect, global impact, increase in planet temperature overall is a global impact. It is not limited to one area, one region, or one country. Second effect, which somebody put it even in their thought process, was warming, global warming, right? Rise in sea level, reduction in Arctic Sea, etc., is part of climate change. Now, climate change and pollution also you need to differentiate, right? Because I have used the pollution as a word. Let me give a clarification here as well. So pollution is basically caused by particular, matters, particulate matters in the, atmosphere. There are, you must be seeing dust, some right? In the sun, if you see, there will be something floating in the air. That's a particulate matter. Smaller than that, we count. Then SOx and NOx. These are the major cause of atmospheric pollutants. SOx, SOx, and NOx. You will hear all the time. Then pollution has a localized impact like a smog of Delhi, the smog of NCR. These are the effect of pollution. And third, it has a health hazard like acid rain. This was one of the cause in USA to change its course. Now Trump is shouting, right? USA is the first country who was faced with acid rain of because of their own pollution and they have controlled it. They brought in EPA. We will learn that EPA because EPA is another book which we refer for carbon accounting. Environmental Protection Agency is the full form. They brought in specifically to control this acid rain, which was happening in their cities, which has a lot of pollution. So that is a matter of pollution. Then comes climate change. Climate change, of course, caused by greenhouse gases, not only by particulate matter, SOx, NOx. There is an article which we will share with you, which again I have published on my LinkedIn, is about how aerosols, which is a kind of particulate matter, is also impacting greenhouse gases. So there is an accelerating effect like catalyst, but climate change is only due to greenhouse gases. Pollution is due to anything, which is SOx, SOx, NOx, and PM. It does not have only localized, it has a global impact, and the effect is global warming, rising sea. That's a critical difference. Now, evidence. Why we should even think about there is a climate change. I am a Trump follower. I do not care what you say. Show me the proof. Here goes the proof. In his own tone, he has a specific tone. I can't mimic him even, but he does really well. Yeah. Show me the proof. Yeah. So let's show him the proof. Proof is exactly this. This is a simulated data. Again, he will say, why simulated? Why didn't you record it? Boss, 800,000 year ago, we didn't have any device, right? We don't have even humanity. So you have to simulate only. How you simulate? Yes, there is a scientific method to that where you do the permafrost calculation or the layering of Earths. Go to archaeology, they will teach you this. But of course, he doesn't want to go there. But let's learn ourselves. So 800,000 years of data analysis has shown that carbon dioxide in atmosphere always reverted back. It is first time in history after 19th century, means 1800, 1850 onwards, This reversal is not happening. This is going beyond the on an average level, which has been recorded throughout our history. And why? In 1911, we have crossed a millennia atmospheric carbon dioxide level, which was 300. And we have gone to beyond 400 now as we stand. And the line is literally vertical. Second is Arctic ice sheet, rate decline. There is a video which I want to play for you where you will see last 25-year satellite capturing of the permafrost in a specific area of green sea Arctic ice, and see how it is changing. It was completely white, and then it will see white level is skewing. Once video is visible, just let me know. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the oldest ice. Okay. The most white one is the oldest, and then there is a seasonal ice which is little bluish in color. And now you see how it is going down. Year on year, it is going down, flowing out, which is kind of melting of icebergs or glaciers, you can say, right? That's happening on
Yeah,
the
it's melting.
Greenland. Next to Greenland, you will see it is coming out from the Arctic sea level. Yeah. And slowly the level has gone to half of it. Half of it. Now it's 25% of it. So in 25 years, we have removed the oldest ice level of Arctic Sea, right? And it has its own repercussion, which we are seeing. And in people are measuring the sea level is rising, right? That's the repercussion. Sea level is rising is this graph, which will show you that how sea level has gone up now. 3.5 of sea has gone up, right? Fact number one, in 2022, global sea level reached to a record high of 101 which is around 10 centimeter, right? Of above 1990, only 25 years data I'm talking about. And in that period, it is 19-year data. And you see, not 19, it's around 25 to 30-year data, where we have lost 100 of ice sheet. Yeah. And it has definitely is going beyond our control. Another example is, if you see in gitajoules, 360 plus 2 is the current temperature of Earth, right? Which has again gone up drastically. Now, do I need to go today, a greenhouse effect, or shall we start tomorrow? You start with a fresh mind, if you agree with me. Otherwise, I have no problem to go another 10 minutes. Or shall we do it tomorrow? We will start with a fresh mind and we'll learn so climate is done. Now we will go into greenhouse gases and how it impacts. Can we do it tomorrow?
We can start tomorrow.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's do it tomorrow. Today I wanted to keep it light as well, so you do not get bogged down of too much of triviality. There will be one book which will be shared by Sandeep. Sandeep, have you shared that pre-read material for module 1? Please send it to all.
Okay.
Yeah, just send it to them in the WhatsApp. So please read that. It is just a happy read. If you have time, just spend. If you don't, still spend 1 hour, right? And then we will meet tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, and we will go inside, get our hand dirty with carbon accounting, international agreement of the module 1.
So
Thank
we
you very
will get
much.
this. So we will get this class, right? Recording.
You will get the recording as well. Yes, for sure. Tomorrow.
Bibikji, the software you said in the initial when we started the class, the Eco Crew and another one you said, which one?
Another one I want to search. You need to search that. Why I am doing the search? So that the girl gets benefited. It gets a Google ranking. So you
Any name?
uh, just search it with. I will tell you what you have to search it with. Search it with. Okay, best way to search it is search it with girl in Shark Tank with climate positive. Girl in Shark Tank with climate positive. That's the term she has said, right? That's the term, Sandeep, she has said. Of course, I'm not promoting you to buy anything from her. Just try that. for your carbon accounting footprint. YouTube is the best place to search for her. Yeah, there are several reels on her. And
Cool
she's,
the globe, but
sorry, again, come again.
Cool the globe.
Cool the globe. She
Prachi
has a
Sivankar.
yeah. She has the logo in front of her, which is quite grabbing as well, eye grabbing as well as on her t-shirt, which is very interesting. So look for that. It's good to calculate your own carbon footprint. It also sets a target for you, etc., etc. Any other questions?
Not at this point of time.
Wonderful. Okay. So Bharti, question. Bhaskar ji, Bharti ji, both of you are same. Okay, good. Good. So see you guys.
Nothing at this point of time.
See you guys
Bye tomorrow.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.